Welcome uh, to everyone. I am Dr. Asghar Healthwala. Today we will have a talk about remote jobs as the future of work. We will discuss with Chat GPT uh, and ask them questions, and this AI Chat GPT will give us the answers. Hi, hello, Chat GPT.
Hey there, I'm here and ready to help. What's on your mind today?
Thank you. So today I will ask some questions about the future of work, remote jobs. Please give me very nice and detailed answers. Okay, my first question will be, what does remote work mean to you?
That's a great first question. So, the future of work basically refers to how work, jobs, and workplaces are evolving due to technological advancements, globalization, demographic shifts, and other factors. So, it's all about how work is changing and what it means for both individuals and organizations.
Okay, and my second question is, how has remote work changed the traditional workplace?
Oh, that's a really relevant one. So, remote work shifts a lot of traditional norms, like it dissolves geographic boundaries, it redefines when and where people work, and it demands a whole new set of tools and communication skills. So, it really changes how teams collaborate and even how companies kind of define success.
Okay. And why do you think remote jobs are becoming more popular?
Yeah, that's a big one. I think remote jobs are really taking off because of a few things. Advancements in technology make it easier to connect from anywhere. People value flexibility for better work life balance. And a lot of companies realized during the pandemic that productivity can stay high even when people aren't in an office. So it's kind of a win win for many.
Okay. And what role does technology play in enabling remote work?
Yeah. So technology is really the backbone. I mean, tools like video conferencing, think Zoom or Microsoft Teams, cloud platforms for collaboration, project management software like Slack or Asana, they all make it possible to stay connected, share files, and keep workflow smooth. Without tech, remote work would be pretty tough.
Okay. And what do you think? Which tools are essential for remote jobs?
Yeah, absolutely. I think some must haves would be a reliable video conferencing tool like Zoom or Google Meet, a cloud storage platform so everyone can access files like Google Drive or Dropbox, and a project management app like Asana or Trello so everyone stays on track. And of course, secure communication like a VPN or encrypted messaging can be super important too.
Okay. Do you think AI will increase remote job opportunities?
Oh, definitely. AI is going to be a huge driver. I mean, it can automate a lot of routine tasks, it can personalize training, help manage projects, even assist with recruitment. So it's going to open up new roles and make remote work even more accessible for poor people.
Okay. And what are the biggest advantages of working remotely?
Yeah, so there are a bunch of big advantages. First off, there's flexibility. You can often set your own schedule and work from anywhere. Then there's the time and cost savings, no commute, less money spent on things like lunches or travel. And often it can boost productivity, fewer distractions from a traditional office environment. So it really gives people a lot more control over their work life balance.
Okay. And what challenges do remote workers face?
Yeah, that's a great follow up. I mean, remote workers often struggle with things like isolation since you miss that in person connection. Communication can be tricky. You have to be super intentional. And, sometimes it's hard to set boundaries, like when does work stop and personal time begin? So, those are some of the big hurdles.
Okay. And how can people stay productive while working from home?
Yeah, that's super important. I think a few key things help. Setting a dedicated workspace so you have a boundary, keeping a routine like starting and ending at the same time, taking regular breaks, and using time management techniques like the Pomodoro method. And of course, having clear goals for the day helps keep you on track.
Okay. Okay. Do you think remote work improves work-life balance?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, with remote work, a lot of people have the flexibility to adjust their schedules. So you can take care of family needs, fit in exercise, or just have a bit more personal time. Of course, it's not perfect, but for many, it's a big improvement.
Okay. And why are companies offering more remote jobs?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think a big reason is that companies want to attract and retain top talent. Offering remote work widens the talent pool beyond just their local area. Plus, it often reduces overhead costs, less need for office space, and it can boost employee satisfaction, which in turn improves employees and productivity.
Okay. And what are benefits for employers in remote work?
Yeah, for employers, there are some big benefits. They can tap into a global talent pool. They often see higher productivity since people have a better work environment, and they can save on overhead like office space and utilities. Plus, it can boost employee satisfaction, which leads to lower turnover. So it's a real business advantage.
Okay. And what concerns do companies have about remote employees?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, companies often worry about things like communication gaps, potential declines in collaboration or creativity, data security risks, and just the challenge of maintaining a strong company culture when everyone's remote. So those are big considerations for them.
Okay. And how does remote work affect teamwork and communication?
Yeah, that's a really key point. So, remote work can make team collaboration a bit trickier. You lose some of that spontaneous interaction, and things like casual brainstorming can take more effort. But with the right tools like regular check ins, clear communication practices, and virtual collaboration platforms, teams can still stay connected and even thrive.
Okay. And do remote jobs reduce stress or increase isolation?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially in fields like tech, customer service, marketing, and even education, you see a huge rise. And it's really diverse now. It's not just full time roles, there are freelance and part time remote gigs too. So the landscape's really expanding.
Okay. And how does remote work impact family life?
Yeah, that's a big one. I mean, remote work can really help families because it gives parents more flexibility, like being able to attend school events or manage childcare more easily. Of course, it can also blur the boundaries between work and home life, so it's a balance, but it can be a real support for family dynamics.
Okay. And what industries are more suitable uh, for remote work?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of younger workers, especially, really value that flexibility. So companies that offer remote options can often attract them more easily. Plus, it opens up opportunities for people in different life stages. So, yeah, it's definitely more appealing now.
Okay. And how does remote work create global job opportunities?
Yeah, that's really powerful. Remote work basically removes geographical barriers. So, a company in, say, the US can hire a talented developer in Brazil or a designer in India. So, it just broadens access to jobs and it also lets businesses bring in diverse perspectives from all over the world.
Okay. And does remote work increase competition worldwide?
Yeah, definitely. Since remote work lets companies tap into global talent, you're competing with people who might have different skill sets or lower costs. So, it can really up the stakes for everyone, both for job seekers trying to stand out and for companies looking for top talent.
Okay. And what skills are important for remote workers?
Yeah, absolutely. Skills like self discipline, clear communication, time management, and digital literacy become really crucial. You've got to be proactive in reaching out, staying organized, and using tech effectively. So, those soft skills are just as important as technical ones in remote roles.
Okay. And the last question is, what advice would you give to someone starting a remote job?
Oh, great question. I'd say first, set up a dedicated workspace so you have a clear boundary between work and home. Then get really organized. Use a calendar, set daily goals, and take breaks to stay fresh. And don't be afraid to over communicate. Check in regularly with your team and ask questions if you need them. That'll set you up for success.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope our viewers will enjoy our talk. Thank you and bye.